Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about my Ames power inverter. It's the Global LF series, and kind of talk about the failure that I seen and what I did about it. So I've had this 4,000 watt 12 volt inverter installed in the RV for about a year now. You can see there's 8 batteries, there's 2 banks, they are all in parallel. So there should be no issue getting power to this inverter. These cables are very heavy. There's 2 of them, they meet. I have a current shunt in there to monitor the current that the inverter is using, and all is well there. Like I said, it's been installed for about a year, and I woke up one morning and noticed my camper didn't have any power. And I could hear a beep in the distance. So I came out and checked here, and this guy was out in fault mode. And I was kind of toying with it, and it seemed like if I was connected to power and turned the inverter on, it would do nothing. The fans wouldn't run like normal. It would say that it was in inverter mode, but the AC mode light would not come on, and it would just sit there in silence. If I put it to power save, it would go into fault after about 15 seconds. It would say overload and just emit a constant beep. Now, if I turn the inverter off and disconnected the shore power and turn the inverter on, it would function as normal and provide power for the camper. So I knew the inverter side of the inverter, or the DC, it's the AC side of the inverter, was doing just fine. But we couldn't charge the batteries and we couldn't switch to shore power. So being a little over a year old, this unit is now out of warranty. So I took it apart and I didn't see anything wrong. So just by the way it's behaving, my experience in the past with uninterruptible power supplies, it seems like the transfer relays had failed. So I went ahead and got the part numbers off of the board. I couldn't find direct replacements, but I found very similar replacements and ordered and replaced all 3 relays on the circuit board. So after replacing all 3 relays, putting it back together, it now functions as normal again. As you can see, we're charging our batteries and running both fans right now. So I was not able to find 40 amp relays. I had to substitute for 30 amps, so I suspect to have another failure again in the future if I push this unit really hard. But at least now I'm back charging my batteries and I have some time to figure out what relays I actually need. I'll go inside here and show you the control panel. Another thing that was weird is the control panel would show 222 for everything. The voltage, input, output, everything. So I thought it was going to be a controller issue, but it was not. So I'll go show you inside and show you the panels. Alright, we're inside the camper now, and you can see our input voltage is dead. Because I'm connected to a 30 amp circuit instead of 50. But inverter's outputting 116 volts, around 2.5 amps, and we're charging our batteries at 115 amps right now. So you can see we're at 13.9 volts. It says no load because it's not actually an inverter mode, and everything looks normal. We're charging, we're doing what we need to be. Our camper voltage is 13.36, so we're all looking pretty good there. A few other things I wanted to touch on is this is a low frequency inverter, meaning you can run, or I can run, my air conditioner, microwave, both at the same time actually, as well as quite a few other things, and it has no problem starting motors. That being said, you need to have an adequate battery bank or you will fry this inverter. The transistors in this inverter will not put up with overcurrenting because your battery bank cannot support the load. It will try and it will hurt itself. So like I said, as you can see, I have 8 batteries. They're all in parallel. There's 4 and 4. Each have fuses that run to the terminal blocks. Notice how big the wiring is running to this. Same with the grounds. You have to have an adequate power source or this inverter is not going to work correctly and it won't live long. Obviously make sure your input is good too. This inverter, being 4,000 watt, needs 40 amps in and has an output capacity of around 25 to 30 amps. So just to keep that in mind. Also, for some smaller stuff, since this uses a lot of idle power, when I don't need much, I have this little 300 watt inverter from Ames that runs outlets by the bed. It's been powered on for more than a year now, and I've had zero issues with it whatsoever. The last thing to note is, yes, the fans are loud on this. This inverter needs ventilation. It creates a lot of heat. So it's important that your compartment has ventilation, and especially when you're charging, the fans are loud or running off of shore power. So just be prepared for that. Don't plan on sticking it under the bed of your camper, because that is not going to end well. So that's about it.